segment.
They got enough of them gambling apps out there that you can make gambling things happen. So we could take it all the way back to the top end. We got to make our own app.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the app for ass bettors out here. So anybody that's ass betting, I'm going to call you bluff right now. It's called the ass bet app.
We had a game. It was called bullshit. That's exactly what it was. And we don't need no more of that.
Double up. Yo, it's just direct money transfer app for bullshit bets. That's it.
And I did all of these years.
This is a fitness test for the politicians.
Say that out loud. Pardon.
If I get into a little bit of live music, my friend.
Speak. Output as an input.
Yeah, anything. Those months are not the same.
Eating cereal for dinner. Do better.
Previously on Off the Strength, K.R. Jones was diving into a topic that is going to be close to heart for many of those at home. See, he's been peeking behind the wall, looking at Oz directly in the face, so to speak, in the house of AI itself. Now, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
You want to reintroduce this topic real quick so we can jump back into that?
Yeah, man. I'll preface by saying I started with a video that was prompting people to the idea of every American wearing a wearable device by 2026 or somewhere soon.
Every American wearing a wearable device by 2026.
Which then opened up the conversation of wearable devices containing AI in them, and then even furthering the conversation of like, well, in real rap, this AI is now a staple in people's homes. And when we think about the healthcare system and where people need to get information from to better themselves, is it actually coming from a source that cares about this individual, or are these companies really just mining your data and not paying you for it because they don't have to, because you give it up freely? And then you get into this trouble of like, am I using this technology to enhance my life, better my life, or is this thing, acting very predatorial and taking my information and using it for me for harm?
Okay. So there's a couple of things that I want to ask you just straight up. Who told you that the individual mattered to those people?
The person?
Yeah.
It's a belief.
But who told you to believe that?
In heart.
Who told you? Like, in all honesty, like, get to the crux of that. Where did you develop that belief system that you have based off of that and the expectations that are based around that?
I mean, nobody told me this explicitly. And for the record, also, this was Hassan's question that we're picking off of.
Yeah,
so
it
ain't all just me. But damn it, I told myself.
So I'm asking that question because it's almost facetiously, hey, you know those terms and agreement things that we sign blindly every single time you open up anything that's connected to the internet? You know what that doesn't say?
We give
a fuck about you. It does not say that. Explicitly, it tells you all the ways that they don't care about you.
Actually, if you scroll to the bottom,
if you go all the way through it,
we don't give a fuck.
Say, fuck you, pay me. That's what it say. At the end of the day, there's no...
Because they know you're not reading it.
Right. So in no event have they ever told us this falsehood of, hey, we actually want you to be the not only primary receiver of the benefits of our promise that we're making, but also you to not be the product at the end of the day. Nobody has ever said that. If you're using something for free, by and large, you are the product. So you have, in some way, shape, or form, been co-opted to making convenience the biggest priority in everybody's life. And at the cost of convenience, you have commodified the information about yourself to companies that make a ton of money off of it today. That's the new oil. I've been screaming about data being oil for too many years for me to even reconcile right now, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. It does not have to be like that. there should be, just like we are passing different acts on all different types of tariffs and everything else that you can embark on for other industries to kind of regulate when an industry is going out of control. What would it look like if a consumer focused group actually organized their energy around trying to leverage something that would maybe give consumers the ability to charge companies for my information? Because a cookie really just lives on your computer with no rent. It don't got to pay you nothing. But what if I had to charge you rent? I'm going to come up with a firewall that every time you want to send me a cookie, you got to give me a micro transaction. You got to give me, you want to know about me? Fine. It costs this much to know about me specifically. Nobody is saying that you can't do that, but it takes enough people getting tired of all of the convenient things that you're obviously paying a disproportionate amount for to come up with a different level of innovation. Now, when you come up with that innovation, you will be facing all of the adversity that comes along with that, right? So it makes sense to me if I was already facing all of the adversity that the world had to give me. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think. Hey, let's build our own shit. It's so much easier to say, but if we really cared about it, we'd be rocking Isaac Hayes' app way earlier. Fan base would be booming right now. We still don't talk about that the way it needs to boom, right? It's what do you want to pay for the things that you're saying? At the end of the day, you can make these companies care about your actual health, but you have to actually show up in the spaces where it's going to make them care. They never cared about you, but they do care about the bottom line, the dollars and cents of it all, right? And here's the other part. Making it easier for people to be healthier longer could also still net you some dollars. So let's forget about making altruism the goal because, again, who told you that they care? Stop asking people who've never cared about you to care about you. Instead, how about we evoke the only principle that I've seen work in this whole industry, in this whole world, in this country in particular? Hey, the dollar got to circulate. So how do we make it more cost beneficial to make these brand new big tech data sets actually get information on people that are suffering the most of heart disease, that are suffering the most of cancer, that are suffering the most of diabetes? Because that data set, hey, that might actually fuck around and cure these diseases. Now, if I'm focused on me being the disproportionate person who has all of the access to this, hey, you need this information, Mr. You fill in the blank at whatever company you want to. Now, what's it going to cost you? Your AI tech data set, you want to put this on all of these people who are already high-end users for your cure, your algorithm to learn about all of their bad habits? Learn them. But you make sure that they are the first people that you heal. It shouldn't be that hard, but it could be that profitable.
I want the record to reflect that you added a lot of points to the end of this. It was like the other thing and then the other thing. So that shows you how complex of a problem this is. I do think it could be as simple as you stated, but it's never going to be that, right? Like,
don't look for nobody else to do it. Do it yourself.
You making it sound like it's an easy thing. It ain't, because you're going up against giants in the tech world. And then I also think about the idea of where we are in the world present day. I'm talking 21st century.
Yeah, you know what I see right now?
What's up?
I see, quite literally, Oz is folding. Like that whole the giants in the tech world thing, it sounds cute and it's smooth because they do have the bankroll right now. But you know what? Hey, automation didn't just take the McDonald's dude job. It took that first level coder's job too. Yeah. So you're a full stack programmer. Hey, you on the line to get replaced. So really, that tech giant is not as big in my mind as it used to be. I see past the curtain. Hey, you had one skill and you had an opportunity to take this and run. You were planning on using this to replace the lowest level of your income level or your income drivers, your lowest level of employee, right? The unfortunate down circumstance for you is that you made it a lot easier to get to your position too, because you closed that gap. So now, if I'm all woe is me all the time and I can't figure out a way to get past that, yeah. Or, hey, this same thing could be used to liberate me if I chose to do it. Actually, this is a startup conversation. Now, if I only knew somebody who was inside the walls where startup conversations can happen, you take this premise, kind of like all them white dudes did back in 95. Yeah. Hey, I want to make it easier to search. Nobody said, well, you can't look through the dictionary is as far as we can go. It's like, yellow pages, we're not going any further than that. Stop your little, big thoughts and big dreams. It's because we don't have that same value system of what we're capable of, that we stop that conversation from happening before it does, you know? So I don't know. I see too much talent on one side. I see too much opportunity. I see too much value created to let that lie continue to persist. It's like, now, is the shit going to be easy? No, never said that. And at the same time, hey, you can raise money just like I can raise money. Matter of fact, I like this race. You keep doing this your way. I like the opposite side of this. I like to see where it shakes out ultimately at the end of the day, because, again, if the genesis of even your value keeps coming back to the same place, what's it going to look like that one day that you could actually build your own infrastructure? Like, diplomacy requires both of y'all to have a credible threat. It just does. That's the way the world works. It's like everybody can puff their chest out. Everybody can do whatever they want. They find out you got some missiles in the back, we're going to talk to you a lot nicer. Hey, we got to change up our tone. We got to change up our tempo. Oh, you got your own structure. You got your own information. You can build your own watches and wearable devices. You could, source your own data, and you got your own cloud. Oh, we might have to talk to you a little different because we want to cross this, this bridge that's letting you back in.
You make it sound so simple, Tony.
It's not.
But, I would agree. And I do see behind the curtain, as you said, and I have seen, the big tech companies that you feel are running the world can crumble, right?
Yes.
Like they can, like anything else, empires have fallen. We've seen the Roman Empire and all of that.
We living in an empire falling right now.
Day to day.
I don't know what everybody else is paying attention to. Hey,
so we got to organize, because once you organize,
yeah,
that's it. I feel like that's the lid on the conversation for now. We obviously will have to revisit this at some point, but there were a lot of spaces where I feel, again, you've been blowing this whistle for a long time, specifically about data, specifically about fitness and technology integrating.
Yeah,
right?
And the day I stop talking, just know where I'm at with it. Because I gave it away free for as long as possible. I'm only going to be in this position
And cut
for so much longer.
print. Beautiful.
It's like, no. See,
Never
now
mind.
I'm changing the rate. Hey, I ain't trying to get everybody across the line no more, because y'all ain't want to come. So
Now I'm here.
deal with it. Now you got to deal with this. Because oh my God, you think I'm crazy now? Don't let me touch nothing that I ain't supposed to touch and shit.
All right. That's another fantastic episode of Off the Strip right there, brother. I'm not touching that.
You gotta get into the okay, so we gotta raise. Was that raising the bar?
That was technically
That was your good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, that was the end of it.
Okay.
We only even got to raise the bar
them
no
up,
more.
man.
We
Yeah.
don't got to do that. We get into a regular show, man. We'll clean that up later, man. That's your job.
That was in the post. So I like how you pushed that off on me. Let's let the record reflect for another thing. Tony's about tired of all of this. Hey, Tony will take care of it kind of idea. Again,
Go ahead.
the number that I'm going to start charging people for that
It's your tally, man.
is a disrespectful number.
Yeah,
So just understand.
as it keeps piling.
Yeah, man. One thing after the next. I can't help but notice. It's like, hey. Every time you unlock a new level, it's a new job. You got to figure this shit out. You got to
Right
figure
there.
that shit out. You got to do this, do that. Hey. Nah. My tally list is full, Kyle. I'm at the end of my fucks. I don't give no more.
You done punched your kicker ticket.
It's gone.
All right. Say less.
Time to lock back in, man. All right, so you want to start this back up from the top?
Yes, sir.
Give him the wheel, selector. What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to yet another episode Off the Strip, where we give you the inside look into all things wellness culture. I'm a trainer called Tony, and of course, with me, I got a gentleman of extraordinary league.
K.R. Jones is in the building.
That's right, folks. We are back. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all type from near and far, you are now in store for a treat, because it's the return of the variety show. That's when we give you our best foot forward. So hopefully you take your best foot forward. You do that two-step, that tango, whatever it is you need to do to make it on through the week with the best goddamn wellness information available.
Yay!
Brother Jones, how are you feeling today, sir?
I am feeling, Lord willing, if
Okay.
you will. I am feeling, so be it. You know what I'm saying?
That is not the attitude
I'm
that we're going to
feeling-
allow on this microphone. It's like, you could take all that, right to the road, my friend.
That's all. But
what's wrong, man?
no, everything is good, man. I'm been caught up in this Clips album, and I feel like my middle school self is extremely happy because I had Lord Willing, and I had it in my little binder and my, the CD case, decorating it, and nobody knew what it was. They only knew Grinding. I was like, nah, I got the album, fam. Like, so to have that moment come back around 20-some years later is like, man, it's impactful to see. And it's been inspirational, man. I think it's just really bled into the week. Like, the artistry that others put out really does inspire folks that really care for it.
Yeah, I like that. I like the art of the rollout. I like the business that's coming along with it. I like the intentionality, even through all of the different interviews that they have. They've been on every platform possible, but the Off the Strength podcast out there.
That's a fact. They got it for cheap.
We got to work harder, bro. We got to step our game up so we could be on the next time they come out with an album. We could be on that rollout list.
We can't even interview them. We just got to work out with them.
That's the thing, bro. We need to get that off. Make that shit work, man. Same thing for Nori. I seen Nori pull up to Peloton. I just wanted to let the record reflect that shout out that he put on his own page ain't come from them Peloton people, Nori. It's like, he's like, yo, that niggas on the run eating. Shorty from Peloton has never listened to that. She wasn't doing it, but I digress. The Clips, I definitely love where that album was going. I love the energy that surrounded. Again, a creative collective coming together and seeing something all the way through to the end is going to be something that always resonates with me, especially through turmoil. So they had to shelf that whole album for an entire year for all of the different litigation issues that was happening around there. And they still, again, had the perseverance to see this through, know it was dope, and make that land in a way that everybody coming into the party now can appreciate, man. So always inspirational. I see too many parallels to my own story in that. So hopefully you saw some parallels, man, and you know you're dope too, Brother Jones.
Yes, sir, man. The two-man game, they got to put some respect on the group because the duo has been, one of those things that's been in hip-hop, but, like, it hasn't really stood the test of time, so to speak.
Yeah.
But to see them bring it back together and reignite that flame is like, all right, we got to put them up there, man.
Well, yeah, you got to put them up there. And I also do like the bravery of being able to speak through some of that relationship stuff that does happen in the duo, specifically in two brothers.
Yeah.
Like, it does call to something. When you want to work with people, hey, you got to check your energy at different points in time. You got to see where that dynamic is. But then also you add the layer to y'all are both brothers and y'all are both experiencing loss at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could stop a lot. So to see that happen and to see the perseverance to come back together and still kind of be able to openly talk about, yo, you remember when you left me over here, dog? It's like, I hear some of them bars. It's like they going back and forth at each other at the same point. So I would imagine that you had to have these conversations, and I'd imagine that helps lead you to go forward, man. So kind of inspired by that, Brother Jones, asking the professional. You are a man that I know that collaborates with a bunch of different people, friends, countrymen, people of all type, and you have to be a dynamic master of managing those relationships that come with. How do you navigate and preserve some of the relationships as you're working and growing?
I think the key to preserving relationships, especially when you dip your toes into business and into other things outside of a friendship, really hearkening in on the root of that interaction of like, yo, at the end of the day, we friends before any of this business stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Let's make sure that's intact and let's circle back and, you know what I mean, connect there before we get into the business. And then when we are in business, know that that's separate, right? Like it has to be, because the way you own and operate a business is completely different than the way a friendship operates.
Absolutely.
Right. And having that dividing factor that you can meet on this common ground, I think is the easiest way to navigate that space. But also I feel like as adults, we've talked about this before, being in a friendship is a relationship. It requires effort. And I think the older we get, a lot of people only relied on the convenience of childhood friendships of like, yo, that's the homie because he lived down the block. It's like, if he didn't live down the block, would that still be the homie? Right. And
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Men even worse in that category.
100%.
Like I have full on friendships and relationships with people that I don't even fully know their names.
Yes.
They just that's Duke from up the block.
I know nothing. I don't know his government, but we've chopped it up. We've talked. we have seen each other, showed love.
Cheered him on through the thickest of times.
Don't know your name.
Don't know you at all.
I don't know your middle name, your mother.
Seen your kids grow up. It's like,
I couldn't really tell you where you live. I just know where to find you.
in the area.
Yeah.
So men are trash at that. Like, especially, fam, I have full committed relationships with people in the gym. I spotted him that one time, and now this guy's my friend for life. It's like, fam, I never knew this man's name. It's like, and it's different gyms. We see, I used to see you back at Equinox. What's up, dude? Hey, buddy.
I just call that community, right? Because when you in community, like, we all amongst each other, if you will.
It's such a little effort to be like, what's your name, fam? It's really not that hard. So that's why I had to call the bullshit out. Guys are worse at that because that level of effort is just kind of like, we don't need a whole lot to build a friendship.
I wouldn't say we worse. I think it's more the latter. Is we don't need that much to build a friendship and to be open and vulnerable in that way. But I do think that we could be better. 100%.
I don't. Yeah, we could do better. We could do better.
Do we want to? Not necessarily. I don't know if I really want you to know where I live or you to be at my house. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a different.
Some
layer.
part of that is trauma, Kyle.
I guess so. Because then you might steal. Because niggas be stealing. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. Brother Tone, you have anything to get the people in this action professional?
Yeah, I would say for sure you should have a clear and concise definition. And this is Tony today telling you this because Tony back then did not have this. But what does good business mean? That's a good question to ask everybody that you are going into business with. Hey, what's that look like? It's like, what are some of the good businesses that you know? Where do you
give an example? What's good about it?
Right? What's going on in that context? Because if y'all are not even coming from the same world, it's going to play out in the long run anyway. And it also is something that helps level set that expectation. This is how I'm going to show up in this space. This is where I'm going to go. This is what's going to happen. What's success look like? All of those questions are super fly, and they often don't get asked quick enough in the spur of the creative moment, right? So especially the hardest part, bringing the creatives into that fold, y'all need to do more work on understanding how to make this creativity sustainable. I think I was very much in love with the let's do it for the art. Let's see where this is going. Do it off the strength. And at the end of the day, that could get you very far. It's just also not necessarily at all attached to you developing any of the stuff that makes business a business.
You will be a starving artist.
Yeah, and I ain't trying to do nothing like that.
You will be broke.
So, and then ultimately the other side of that, just like you evaluate the business, evaluate the friendship. When's the last time we checked in on none of this shit that had anything to do with this business stuff? When's the last time you tapped in and asked a question that didn't have nothing to do with the return on the investment side? When's the last time y'all actually broke bread? When's the last time y'all actually did something, I don't know, fun, dare I say, right? You have to be intentional about that all throughout that same relationship because when you fail that, you fail on both fronts.
That's the bow on that, bro. I don't got nothing else to add on it.
Man, so in those words, Kyle, and in those words alone, we're going to move on.
Okay.
We're going to get into some good.
All right.
We're going to get into some bad.
Uh-huh.
And we got to talk about a little bit of ugly this week, Kyle. Now, it's time for this week's episode of Rip from the Headlines. And man, oh man. First thing I want to tap in with, Kyle. This is going to be in the ugly side. I'm jumping into it a little early. I'm sorry about this already. But I was looking at a article that came out about, hold on one second, I just lost it. Buzzsprout. Sorry. Okay. An article from People magazine today, Kyle, was talking about tragedy in the treatment room. Okay. A physical therapist has died inside of his hyperbaric chamber. Now, Kyle, hyperbaric chamber, for those who might not know out there, is going to be something that has been a part of the sports medicine continuum for quite some time. You will see the likes of Kobe Bryant has dawned into there, the LeBron Jameses, everybody that's adding a little bit of peak performance happening. But
stop right there.
What? Why?
I'm just adding more context because people don't even know what you're talking about. Remember that joint Michael Jackson was getting in?
Also, Michael Jackson back in the day.
For those that don't know what I'm talking about, think about Space Jam. Remember on Space Jam when homie was on the side?
It's like
and
a pod.
They had the little tank that they would put him in and he was breathing in? That's the hyperbaric
Pure
chamber.
oxygen, So a wellness clinic in Arizona became the site of a fatal accident when this hyperbaric oxygen chamber caught on fire with the owner of said clinic inside of it, right? Killing a physical therapist and a patient. This has raised major safety concerns about the growing high-tech recovery tools that we're seeing in non-hospital settings. Now, the key takeaway here is this is cutting-edge technology. It's starting to become more accessible by some people who should not be having access to this. Kyle, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some of these people are not going to keep the same safety standards that you would see with medical-grade equipment outside of the medical spaces. Some of these things are very combustible, and obviously, you know this is not to make light of the situation, but if proper protocol is not in place, you leave yourself open to a lot of different things. So now with all of these new wellness facilities, these clinics that are kind of hospitals but not hospitals coming online, how do you feel about the increase of this relaxation, getting access to some people that might not be using their own discretion to the best of their faculties?
First and foremost, RIP to that wellness professional. That sounds like he got cremated in there, because I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know where it went, but
secondarily, when people gain access to these tools that are medical grade, that are, dare I say, top tier, elite, if you will, you have to follow the protocols, because there's no other way that it can exist, right? Like, imagine having a MRI machine in the
blow
crib,
up, bro.
Like, you can't plug that into a normal
not
outlet.
a regular ass. You need a whole different type of setup for that, bro.
That's not how that works, right? So you have to be cognizant of the machinery that you're using and making sure you have space for it to operate effectively and efficiently.
How do you think clients out there who are just in search of, some of the benefits that some of these high-end wellness solutions can bring, what's a good way to vet some of these places out there? Because there's no way that I would know just walking in, hey, this ain't supposed to be some stuff that I'm supposed to have access to right now.
Great question. Read the room. First and foremost,
break that down.
You always want to. That's the first lesson you learn in what, athletic training or anything of that.
Read the room.
Read the room when you got to administer CPR or whatever the case may be. Right now, what I mean by that is when you go into this space, look around, read some reviews, do a little recon before you commit to this space to see what people are saying about it. And then once you're there, like, really take a look around. Does the environment look safe? Is this actually plugged into the wall the way it should be? Or is it a bunch of stuff on one extension cord that could look like it could be flammable? Ultimately, you need to look at the cleanliness. Is the space, nice and hygienic, if you will, like
conducive to the level of business that you're trying to operate.
All these things need to be accounted for, right? And don't be fooled by the fancy looking places, because a lot of times they be having dirty secrets.
Yeah. We talked about some of these already on this show. We're not going to be leaning too much into that disparaging space, because we still got to we got to figure out what they was giving up on that side, man. Speaking of looking a little bit past the window dressing, Kyle, I'm going to look at Tom's Entertainment this week, and I got to ask Tom's Entertainment, why did anybody decide to cover what Elon Musk's fitness and diet routine was this week? Because I never looked at Elon for any source of fitness inspiration. Yikes. So maybe I was missing a key in over here, but not shockingly at all, he talks about how he eats a donut every morning, and it's kind of like, no, that seems like it tracks. It's like, wait a minute,
I forgot what they said he was built like. It was like a hacky sack or something like that.
It's just something that I was
something odd shaped.
Why do we continue to go to people who are not fitness people for their fitness information? Because why are we going even into,
I don't know why you asking me,
anything that is not robot related, SpaceX related? If you're going to ask him about driving a self-driving car, something like that, I could see where these make sense. But when did we decide that this was a person that we need to talk to about health and wellness at all? I'm very confused about this.
The same day they decided Tom Brady was a wellness icon and all that other jazz. Fam, I don't know. It just happens. I couldn't tell you.
It's something that is definitely disturbing to me, and it's also a trend that we need to put a stop to. So
yes. In
replacement of that, how about we start to look at some people that, I don't know, actually look like they know some part of their world outside of the office. It's like the minimum standard. Don't need to be anything else. Hey, I need this dude to look like he was going on a walk somewhere. I need him to look like he was actually playing with some of these damn kids at some point in time. I ain't looking at the dude that's saying the donut a day is going to be the way to keep the doctor away, man.
What's his kid's name again? Ain't it like symbols or something?
This is when, if it was a black community, we would have called CPS a long time ago.
Yeah.
We'd have had them kids back out here. And talk about nasty CEO business.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to skip right past this one. Also get into another quick hit on the CEO side. If you're out there sliding, Flam, do not slide on a Jumbotron. That's just going to be out there for whoever needs to know that. This is wellness gospel, man. We going to, I don't know how you can get as far as you can make it in life. Again, climbing up these ladders in these tech spaces, Kyle, and you still see these people and not be shockingly disappointed. It's
Every
like, these are
time.
basic ass dudes.
Every time.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not, them giants ain't that giant, bro. We need to chop them down, man. All right. Last thing I want to talk about this week, man.
Oh, you ain't gonna talk about that, man? You ain't gonna put his business out there at the Coldplay show?
I mean, listen, I threw it out there on the light
The problem is, you dudes treat the one that you humping
with the same respect.
the one that you loving, right? She don't get outside time. What's wrong with y'all?
Let me talk about a good CEO over at Microsoft, an engineer that turned his health tech $24,000 a year spend into a solo trip to Bali, Kyle, because again, top end of that world is looking to get away. They might have a little bit of extra stress. And now, Kyle, destination resorts for the uber wealthy are starting to rise on the demand right now, okay? This biannual trip that this man is taking is costing about $25,000 a year, significantly impacting his health and wellness. He says a considerable chunk of this goes into just a breathworking class alone. You had to do a solo trip to Bali to get your breathwork class off. I'm going to also let you know what he's doing without letting you know what he's doing. But see, this is how you keep it away from Jumbotron.
25 is that's
For your
discreet amount. Yeah. Because you know what else breathe?
No pictures.
Yeah, you ain't
seeing nothing going on over there.
Your eyes is wide shut is what I'm
And
hearing.
to those about to watch, this is how you do it. This is on Business Insider.
Ain't Russell still over there?
Listen, we never heard about that.
That's crazy. 25 of them things. Yeah, it costs. You got to pay to play, And if you out here stunting on a Jumbotron, you're gonna get jammed up. It's nasty work. It's nasty business out here, man. My good and bad and ugly was a little short, a little sweet. For the good, I want to bring your attention to a Pure Leaf ad.
Okay.
Now, when I say Pure Leaf, Tony, what comes to mind?
It sounds like a medical marijuana company.
Not that, but actually the beverage, the tea beverage.
Okay.
It kind of replaced the Arizonas in the hood once the word got out.
I definitely know Pure Leaf, yes.
Yeah.
And I've seen this ad.
So once the word got out that Arizona's was bad, people still needed that tea fix. You know what I'm saying? So I think Pure Leaf slid in at the right time with an odd-shaped bottle, if you will. Nonetheless, this ad is... there's a setup outside. It looks like it might be New York, essentially, in Flatiron, and it's prompting people to put their phone down for like a cleaning or something like that for tea time, and then it locks their phone for 10 minutes and only gives them tea, forces them to like take a break. And it's like, yo, I feel so much better after having this tea. It's like, nah, the tea is still trash. Don't get it twisted, right? But I do think forcing people into a moment of self-love, relaxation, and recovery is the only way to get some people to that point. How you feeling about that?
I have a problem with the word force.
Okay.
That always is going on.
I mean, they took your phone.
Yeah.
I like that. Forcefully.
They took the Dave Chappelle route. It was like, sit down, lock the phone up.
Lock it up.
Yeah.
Focus.
Make you have to tap in. I like that. And I also like the way that they definitely stole all your data off that phone to go all the way back to the beginning of this conversation.
Maybe.
You put it inside this big entrapment, this big machine, and they are downloading everything about you.
Do.
It's like, Sarah, they got them pictures now, just so you know.
Hey, yo, the hidden folder can't save you is what I'm hearing. All right, we're going to slide out of that, bro. Speaking of some bad news, man, this is a little late. I don't know if you're up on this, but I saw it, I had to say something. The Simpsons have killed Marge Simpson.
Is that real?
Yes.
Is that like current all the way, or was that like some kind of weird dream sequence?
I'm feeling like it was real deal Holyfield, and it was a dispute apparently over contractual obligations, if you will.
Man, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Any contract that you had that lasted 40 years, I don't want to hear about it, dog. I don't care about your contract. You put 4 kids through college on that voice. Go cry to somebody else, yo. I'm not doing it.
Sounds like there's no sympathy.
When the last time you watched Simpsons, man? You know you don't give a fuck about that.
Simpsons barely.
You do not
frequently.
Care when you watched a live episode.
No, they be streaming on Hulu because they come on like Fox, but they're current. Like they come out every week, bro.
Fam, there's 40 years of it. You got 40 years of checks. That's fine.
The only other character that's been killed is Flanders' wife.
Yep.
Which was in the race car situation.
I definitely remember that.
Was something similar, and then they had to get rid of Apu because it was a white man that was doing that voice, which is crazy.
All of this is wildness, and it's something that, again, 40 years ago we was letting fly with no hesitation. I don't want to hear today's logic with this.
Apu being voiced by a white man.
That white man
crazy.
did everybody's voice. He had So first of all, yes, he did Apu, but I'm guaranteeing you he did the black folks on there. But we ain't have a whole coalition to make a movie about this shit. Calmly, you remember the Cleveland show? The whole show. I don't know if there was a black person on that show. Calmly,
we gonna slide out of that because
we ain't never had that.
What you're detailing is not a nice time. Okay,
but it's the same thing, yo. It's like I ain't crying for this shit. Get out of here, yo.
Now that we've got the good, the bad kind of all wrapped in, I do have something else that I want to bring to the table. Now, did you get a chance to see the Bandit Grand Prix? Because I felt like you talked about it, but did you see it?
I did see some highlights from that, but I didn't actually see the run.
It was in our own backyard. I'm talking Brooklyn Navy Yard, bro.
Yeah.
And these folks is out here organizing for this run. It looked like the goddamn Million Man March.
Yeah, it was fly. The all dark interiors, they definitely made a play at the Nike kind of color situation. I like what they did, man. I think it's fly as hell. You get to see brands that are innovative enough in a category where really you're outsourcing your most valuable thing is outsourced. So they build community, but they sent out invitations to a lot of other communities. I think that's where you're starting to see companies really understand how to pull people in. Make this event. This event is so exclusive, but it's inclusive of the people who actually can build communities. Let's bring them all inside here. Let's give them the VIP treatment. You're going to get you a couple pairs of some some fly gear, the one-of-ones. You had to be here to be here. Hey, by the way, if you make some content, I might throw you a check, something like that. All of these places are outsourcing the same thing. So to make a fly party and also a dope race after that, it's not just smart, it's innovative, it's on time, bro.
It's on time, but I do want to just spend a brief moment on the Grand Prix. Grand Prix is racing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is set up as a Grand Prix, which is like Formula One racing. That's not even like NASCAR anymore. You know what I'm saying?
And they had cash payouts.
For actually racing. Like, I do think that this does... represent everything that you just laid out from the communities and things of that nature, but tapping into the stuff that's fun, into that competitive nature, I feel like is always going to be a win. So even though I ain't running and I'm not Grand Prixing, it looked like some cool stuff.
All right, so you down for a race or two for some cash money? Is that what you're saying?
Me, the blunt rolling contest. You know what I'm saying? The Hood Olympics, brother.
I feel like you will fail embarrassingly if we open that up to some of the people who might be in our new listenership. I'm just going to be honest with you.
All right.
We starting to get in contact with a lot of bud tenders out there, Kyle. I'll be honest.
And, until they can do it upside down, you know what I mean, with their eyes closed.
Listen, now you just described our next event. Now, I know what's happening at the next Roll Up and Roll Out that I'm hosting. It's like, hey, listen, he was talking crazy. I got cash on it. Let's go 5-1. Kyle can't do that.
We're going to slide out of that.
I'm taking bets. I'm taking lines on this.
We're gonna leave that, and we're gonna get into a little Raising the Bar segment.
They got enough of them gambling apps out there that you can make gambling things happen. So we could take it all the way back to the top end. We got to make our own app.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the app for ass bettors out here. So anybody that's ass betting, I'm going to call you bluff right now. It's called the Ass Bet app.
We had a game. It was called bullshit. That's exactly what it was, and we don't need no more of that.
Double up. Yo, it's just direct money transfer app for bullshit bets. That's it.
For those that don't know what ass betting is, it is betting money you don't have.
Exactly.
With hopes of thinking you will get it, and you don't.
And it's a peer-to-peer app. So before you even make the bet, hey, let me see your app. You can't talk to me crazy if you only got $25 on your ass bet app.
Gambling with the rip money is not suggested,
not okay.
Because that's not really yours or the re-up money.
Right?
Regardless of which situation you in, that money is owed to somebody else. Sliding into our Raising the Bar segment.
And we only charge a fractional amount per bet. You know what I'm saying? Innovation, Kyle.
Before we got to get to your kneecaps. Now, with this raising the bar, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all type from near and far, you are now in store to raise your bar. Brother Tone.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is a conversation I had a couple weeks back, and I've been sitting on this for a little bit to bring it to the pod specifically because it was asked of me, and I gave an entire dissertation on this topic.
Okay.
The topic that I'm going to ask you, brother, when it comes to hooping, basketball, you know, round the court, dribble, layup, shoot, all that.
Yeah.
We talking high tops or low tops?
Are you talking to me specifically?
I'm talking to you specifically, and then I want you to dive deeper into what you've seen as a wellness professional when you have a year where you have injuries like Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Dejounte Murray, that all seemingly have the same injury of this ACL. Not ACL, but Achilles rupture in low top sneakers.
I'm going to say it don't have nothing to do with the high top or the low top. It has everything to do with weak foot, strong foot, or wide toe box, narrow toe box. That's probably more prevalent in the Achilles actually having the injury. And it's just an occurrence that, hey, this low profile shoe in somebody whose feet don't move in the best kind of way allows you to absorb impact and torque at a different type of level. I would say that that's probably it.
See, AI couldn't tell me that.
No, because they don't understand, Hassan, that I have put these reps in from multiple different directions. So the difference between a toe box, right, and how you splay your feet is going to be something that is pivotal in just developing your basic foot strength. It has not been a priority for basketball at all since the inception of them hard-ass Converses that they had people playing it, right? But
arguably they were soft and not hard, but yes.
Dog, the bottom of that shoe is as hard as the hardwood floor was. I'm talking about the original Converse, not the newer ones that you got. That's
not
a little,
the Chucks, you know, the Chuck 70s.
There's a reason why they was just fighting in the 80s, bro. They feet hurt all the time.
100%.
It's like you step on my foot.
They was playing in a sock with laces on wood.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
you playing on planks, you going to punch somebody in the face too. They step on your foot the wrong way, you know? So that part of the game, as it's evolved, is been by and large marketing, fam. All of these shoe companies, length on a shoe costs you a ton of money. It just does. Printing a sole,
especially at that size,
costs you a ton of money. You know what we're not about to do? We're not about to add width to the dimension. Because you know how many molds you would need if you're going to do all of that for one SKU? No. Put your toes.
So whoa! You're doing a lot. You're moving the goalposts. Are you saying capitalism?
Yes,
is what has got us to the low top because of SKUs?
No. So what got you to the low top was people have the tendency in fields that they are not fully versed in to take an abstract and make it something that has not just a correlation, but causality, right? So the whole low-top shoe was coming into trend. I would say you got to put Kobe at the top end of what a low-top shoe was, right?
100%.
The abstract of that.
Who also tore his Achilles.
But the abstract comes from, hey, I see soccer players wear low-cut shoes, and they never have these injuries. So less footwear is probably better. That sounds like a decent theory, right? But here's how you don't use science. You can't just take that theory and just make a product off of that theory without testing that for a long time, because that's not science. It's like, hey, those people who could play in those low shoes, you know how long they've been doing that? Since they have learned how to walk. It's like these dudes have been playing on dirt roads with no shoes for 18 years out of their life. Hey, I could put whatever on my feet and I'm going to be okay because my feet are that strong. That's not the same as you being ushered in from school to school in the same shoe coffin that is not allowing your foot to move around the right way year after year. And be honest, how many times have you had a pair of shoes that you put your foot in that you know you shouldn't have had your foot in to do it just for the look, just for the praise, you know? Hey, this is the team colorway, so I'm going to do all the rest of that. Yeah, dog, if your feet are not dynamically able to absorb impact, move, and roll, you're going to put yourself up for a little bit more of an injury. And you could build on that dysfunction. And what happens when you get to the apex of that, you see these top-end athletes who have high-end performance on bad feet. and the wheels go. That's usually the first thing that goes on most of these people.
I would agree a lot to the bad feet specifically. I would also want to say that I'm thinking about the game changing as well too. Like basketball present day is way more dynamic than it used to be, where you have the five who is the center that lived in the paint is now handling the ball and pulling up from three.
Right. And even the moves, like the Euro step, all the rest of that stuff. If your feet are bad,
yes,
you cannot pull off these moves. The step back. A lot of these people are decelerating and causing these injuries. You know what the most important thing for you to have in your deceleration pattern is? You need to have strong feet, fam. You can't slow down.
You need to have some brakes.
Right? Your calf is going to be pulled as tightly as possible, and you could probably get away with generating too much force going forward. You can't get away from generating too much force going back. So every one of these injuries, you think back to them. Where were they moving? What was the direction of change? You know, what was happening? They had already been coming off of some kind of injury somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And it's that last little bit.
The other part of this that I would add to, which was a part of my dissertation, is actual footwork, right? Of like looking and actually studying the greats' footwork. When you look at somebody like Kobe, when you look at somebody like Jordan, when you look at people like Ginobili, like their footwork was immaculate. And Tony Parker too.
Yeah.
Right? And when you don't train that way to get into these different moves, and then you're doing these dynamic stuff that you're saying, like that step back, especially like that lateral step back that people love because it looked cool, but like your body's not ready for that.
It's not prepared.
Because you're not putting in the reps for that. So every time you do that move, you're putting a strain on a muscle that could potentially, fall out at one point. But also I think about football too, because obviously I played football back in the day. I wasn't a center or anything like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't had a skill, man.
Yeah, right. But I was definitely a receiver at points, right, when I had to be on the line. And when you think about footwork in football, like as a linebacker, the first thing you got to do is you got to take a step back, and then you got to exceed the field or whatever. Like there's so many people that take that false step, right, where it's like you ramp up. Like I want to step with my left foot, but I got to move the right foot first to get momentum. And that is a bad behavior that can lead to injuries and stuff like that if you don't break that habit. So there's a lot of things that I think add to this recipe of the amount of injuries that have taken place.
Yeah.
But I do think that a lot of it is obviously just weaker feet and people having these shoe coffins, as you so eloquently put it in, because it was a part of life. You had to stunt. You had to put your foot into this shoe that was uncomfortable, but you did it because it looked good. Like, it's so many things.
Yeah. And I think it's just the advancement of, again, the marketing inside of that. Like, hey, everybody needs to have a low cut shoe because this is in style now, in vogue. Even having a higher cut support around the ankle, that everybody wants to make that happen. You can have a more supportive shoe around the ankle that I would say could be neither here nor there.
Yeah.
They would help with certain injuries. It's kind of like when you get your foot wrapped. If the shoes and the lacing are not done the right way, then you're still going to be able to suffer the same injury. It's not going to be preventative to that standpoint. You know the way that we were taught to support the foot in the event of you rolling your ankle.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like to have that. And then you also know what it looks like if you are too supportive at a different point in time. So the idea of a minimal shoe makes sense if you've earned the right to wear a minimal shoe. It just does. And if you haven't, you probably need some more innovation on around the cushion and everything else. I've watched shoes change in every other category for things that are exceptionally less high paid athletes than basketball. So I'm looking at a runner shoe. The running shoe community, the innovation that they could put in that has to exist somewhere on the basketball line, but they might think that it's going to take away from the game. Because there's no way you can look at, you tried on those shoes with the carbon fiber plate inside of it.
Yeah.
It's literally pushing you forward, right? You could feel that changing your energy differently, right? You remember in the back of the Slam magazines when they had that little bit of cushion in the front, you could build up your calves. Ironically, again, that little calf jumping thing might have saved some people's Achilles out there if you built it up.
For sure.
There's things that you could do to treat your feet better. I would say that's probably the most primary thing. And if you're looking to treat your feet better out there, I would say, Kyle, we really need to be doing our due diligence to tell the fellas out there how they can step up their feet game.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, you got to make sure your dogs don't be barking, right? Like if you got black nails or all of that, like
Not okay.
Go get that checked out. There's doctors. What is it? The orthodontist, not the orthodontist.
It's in the mouth.
What's the foot doctor? The
podiatrist, bro.
The podiatrist. I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? There's an ortho. It's like a bone person too, but nonetheless, like first and foremost, take care of your feet. Go get that. Go get the pedicures, right? Like every once in a while, you need to go and treat yourself. Secondarily, you need to roll out, right? Using some type of myofascial release, whether that's a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. I got a myriad of different balls at home that I use.
Sounds crazy, but I'm
different
gonna go.
sizes, if you will.
That also
Over the
sounds
years,
crazy.
I've just, accumulated a couple of things, if you will. But really just thinking about taking care of your feet physically, whether that's the pedicure, rolling your feet out as well, but then also really think about the shoes you're putting on, right? I think as adults, we really get to that point where you got to stop being cute and it needs to be functional, you know?
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
You can find that in between of like, all right, this is functional and fly, but like don't be out here squeezing your feet into something that you don't belong into.
You know what I'm high key mad at? I'm seeing more and more people wear Vibrams, like the 5-finger shoes, as a fashionable thing.
Facts.
And I remember getting clowned for having those on.
I seen somebody
inside
get
the
clowned
gym.
with them in 2025.
Yeah, I remember it. Now I'm seeing the Balenci 5-finger, all the rest of
Doing
that.
all
I'm like, yo, check
little
this out.
5-finger discount.
I was here
Yeah.
for functional feet very early on.
You know, I was in the Nike outlet a couple months back. I tried on a pair of Nike Cortezes, man. I always wanted a pair of Cortezes.
Shoe coffins.
I can't do it no more, fam. I put my foot in there and I was like, oh, hell no. Like, I can't.
Started crip walking
It
on
was so
accident.
narrow. I didn't have no arch. I was like, I'm not about. They didn't have another size for me to go up in. I was like, yeah, nah, it's a dub.
Them days are over, fam.
And that's when I knew. I was like, I'm an adult now. I'm not buying shit.
Comfort over everything.
Yeah, like on the first day trying and it's uncomfortable. Absolutely not. You're not getting a purchase out of me.
Because you know it's not getting better from there. It's like you ain't going, if you wear them in, there ain't no wearing in. This is what the shoe
that
is.
might be the biggest lie I ever heard. You gotta break them in. No, I'm not breaking nothing. All right, it's either we right here with it, like on day one, or we not locking in at all.
See, and that's why you talk like that. Here, all of that from the hort, because your feet hurt. It's like them dogs is barking. You gotta do all that shit.
We're gonna relax responsibly, Tony. That's what it sounds like. Ultimately, this
Hey,
week, relaxation responsibly is brought to you in part by me. That is KR Jones telling you that frequency movement is closing.
Oh no, we're going to a lower frequency.
Putting that on there for the folks, man. It really is unfortunate that I'm thinking about all the communities that I've been able to share with people over the years. This is like the third space that I've taught in that is coming to a close. And I think the larger issue being we don't have enough wellness spaces that we should in the community, you know?
I do definitely feel you, like on some real stuff, man. I want the spaces that we occupy to be able to stay open.
Yeah.
And that is what calls for them to not continue to operate underneath the same thought process.
Yeah.
Like, I really do seriously think, you're not starting up a space, you're starting up a startup company. Your startup company has to have a physical location. That startup company needs to raise X, Y, and Z for the physical location to be able to perpetuate, not just the class, but the videos that's going to come out with the class.
You need
not
to be
just
serving out the burglar bars. You know what I'm saying?
Come
Trapping
on.
out the back door.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I know the next chapters, man. I know what they're going to do, man. You got some greener pastures in the next chapters, Brother Jones. So
100%.
hopefully they tapping in for the last lap around frequency, but the volume is only going to go high and the vibration is only going to go even further.
Yes,
my
sir.
friend.
How was you relaxing this week?
Man, I don't even think I got a chance to key in on my relaxation from the week prior. So I do have to say, real quick.
Okay.
I had a good time in the vineyard, my friend.
All right. Talk about it.
I did have a pretty good
talking about
time.
Martha, huh?
I did have a good time. Now, it takes forever in a day to get out there.
Okay.
And,
You seen Obama?
Nah, I ain't see. Well, one of them, but not the one that I feel all right reporting on. So we're gonna move past that
I'm
one.
going to leave that alone.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is why I shouldn't be outside right now.
That was Sasha doing the bump in the
That's
bathroom.
what I'm saying. It's like, I don't need this.
All right.
I'm not in the right space.
My bad.
I literally said that out loud. I was like, hey, I'm in the wrong spot. We don't need to be occupying the same space.
Sorry to bring up that trauma,
Yeah,
brother.
I need to take my ass home. I don't need this no more. And I feel the relaxation part about that is being able to identify, self-awareness.
Immediately.
Throughout the entirety of this whole thing was smooth, man. Nah, it was cool to see, just how the up north uppity Negroes was giving it up out there, man. It was having a good time. It was good fellowship, kickback, seen a few familiar faces. And yeah, man, I definitely got some vibes off of that. Anytime you can get up, get out, get along the waterfront, it's always going to be a good relaxation charge for me, my friend. But I did have a little bit of help and assistance, my friend.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime I was with, some company that was getting a little too chitty-chatty, a little too back and forth on the argument, we can't make a decision. I said, hold on. Let me dip off. Let me go find my space, my own personal little bench on the vineyard somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had to tap into a little bit of deeper relaxation, my friend.
How so?
Man, I was using this Papa and Barkley bomb, Brother Jones. Now, this Papa and Barkley bomb is a fully medicated bomb, my brother. I have had the pleasure of not only doing some studies with this company before it came to the full New York market, but I've also been a practitioner that knows this good bomb topical still gets you to a nice little buzz, my friend. So I'm telling you, discretion was key. Dip off. Be like, yo, Tone really he is the most moisturized out here. Not an ash in sight, but the vibes. Oh, so good, man. No pain, no gain, my friend. I was able to get my miles in.
Don't touch me.
I was able to get my mood up.
It's hilarious.
And I was having a good ass time,
Does
bro.
the bomb smell like that tiger bomb, though?
It does definitely have a scent.
So you got that geriatric kind of feel.
Yo, that's why. I smell old, but I move young. So, and I'm fine with that.
I just need them to work that component out. Like, give me some smell good.
We got to put some good musk in there. We got to get some different.
To mask it. It
This
got
is
to be
why
some
we need to
cedar
step it up, bro.
or something you can put in there, man. Damn.
We gotta step our game up. This is when we develop the right bomb that combines.
The bomb cologne.
Right?
Feel good, smell better.
Yeah. Drop that bomb, man. Come on, yo.
I was relaxing this week. Much like you, it was hard to find relaxation, but I am thinking back to pulling up on my man Lawrence, bro. I went to his book release.
Okay, that's what's up.
So shout out to the brother Hassan. I pulled up to him when he was recording for Miro's podcast, the Victory Light podcast.
Shout out to them.
But I pulled up to my man Lawrence having the conversation with the homie Jinx. Had interviewed him in a bookstore over in LES, and it was an insightful conversation, man. One, I'm in the book, so when you see the part with me in there, shout me out, all those things. It's called No Sense in Wishing by Lawrence Burney. But additionally, it's a bunch of essays defining, what music kind of means to you and like how it shapes you in life and things of that nature. So I haven't had a chance to read the full book yet, but a lot of the talking points were basically, you don't know how much your music means to you until you have to critically engage with it, until you get some pushback, of like, yo, coming from Baltimore, obviously we below the Mason-Dixon line, but are up north when it comes to the actual South, so to speak. So we get a little bit of everything musically from, it's a crazy following of like Lil Boosie, Gotti, Gucci Mane. But then you also have the Jay-Z's, the Beanie Singles, like the Rockefellers, if you will. Mm-hmm. But we didn't necessarily get like a French Montana, Max B situation until you come to New York, Yeah. So when you come to New York, you getting pushback when people like, yo, I'm not listening to that. That's trash. Like that Southern rap. And then it's like, yo, but you want to listen to Vado right now? Like that's...
That wasn't in my bag, but that wasn't in my Serato. But I remember there was an era. There was a thing there.
So it was relaxing.
Slime!
That part. You niggas was just doing all types of ad libs, just
First
yelling.
of all, you ain't gonna throw that on me. I was aged out of that demo by far.
Sure, you was riding high when everybody else was riding low.
Hey, listen,
you know what I'm saying? But to be able to go to school with one of your good homies from high school, to be able to still be in contact with this high school friend that put out a book that I'm actually in, fam, I feel like that means something somewhere, I
ain't mad at it.
I don't know what, but it did feel good to like see the passion of his grow into the art that he's sharing with the world. So that was relaxing.
Shout out, man. When you gonna give me a copy of this book, bro?
You gotta buy your own, brother. You know what I'm saying? I got mine. I bought
the
it,
link, bro.
and I got it signed. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't send the link, man.
I got the signed copy.
I see how y'all move.
I got you though. They out here.
He moved just like another Baltimore brother that I know.
Hey man,
see how y'all give it up down there.
Sounds like you hopeful for something, Tony.
Hopeful that y'all change one day. See, y'all so close to the South. Y'all carry the burden.
Never change. Never lost.
I don't know why y'all carry that chip, but hopefully one day, I hope y'all put that down and know, hey, we don't need to do this no more.
You know, it's all love, brother. I don't know what you're talking about.
And also, Kyle, I'm hopeful that the good times keep rolling, my friend. I hope that everybody makes the most out of every opportunity that is before them. Even in the most dark of times, you still have an opportunity to change your situation up. So I hope you bet on yourself. I hope you make that bet. The biggest thing that you possibly can and understand, it's going to take some work to get to where you need to be. I'll tell you, case in point, I was in a dispensary yesterday, and I seen a homie doing his first podcast in a dispensary. I'm talking first of everything.
Yeah.
No page, no IG, no setup, no background, all the rest of this. And I'm like, yo, these worlds are colliding at a point where I can't even make this up anymore. Right? He's like, walked in with all the confidence, though.
Yeah.
And I love every second of that because I see what's coming down the line.
In here, fam.
Legitimately. And it's like, yo, what's up, champ? Who are you? Who am I? Who are you? It's like, hey, what you got going on over here? Yo, I'm trying to get on the shelf. What you trying to do? Man, I'm about to take it over. I'm the only one doing this. And I want everybody to have that belief that you are the only one doing it, whether or not it's true.
You know it ain't.
Regardless of the facts. Keep hope alive and keep pushing.
Statistically, that just don't make sense.
Just make sure that the work is following the energy that you got. That's all I ask for everybody to do.
That's a hard ask, right?
Just work.
Because that work is subjective.
Nah, yo, we have made it so that we have celebrated the individual so much that you need to walk in like that. And if you walk in like that, just make sure you can back that walk up.
That's a lot of hope, man. I really hope that comes true to fruition. Because I don't know, man. There's a lot of folks out here that's skipping reps.
Yo, you ever smoked this New York sour D's, son?
Like, what?
Yo, are you serious?
Is a pig's pussy pink? You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jackson still got his hoop earring in?
Yo, that's the hard hitting that you, all right, you know that ain't one pootie, my friend? It's like, all right, dog, I ain't even mad at you. That's how you giving it up? Shoes got to shoot, champ. What are you hopeful for?
Man, I am hopeful for a safe summer, man. I feel like the summertime coming up where I came from, there's a lot of folks that ain't make it out of the summer. Just on that type of time with violence and things of that nature. But then also people are now on drugs a lot more frequently and driving and doing shit where like every time I'm outside it's an accident, bro. So like I'm really hoping that people like slow down, don't drink and drive. We got Ubers. There's so many things for you to not put yourself or other people in harm. So, like, take the precautions you need to enjoy your summer responsibly.
People need to relax responsibly.
That part.
Only been saying it for 320 episodes now, three something.
And then wash your ass.
That also.
On your hands, you know what I mean?
Very basic information, but you could always count on us to deliver it to the people that need it the most, Kyle.
That part.
If they needed to catch up with us, where could they tap in with us at?
Man, they can find us on Instagram at offthestren_, or you can visit offthestren.com. That's where you can see what we got going on. We can make this thing work. If you can't do any of that, or you want to come down and see us live in direct at the Block of the Rock at Newsstand Studios, you can visit us at Rockefeller Center, or you can visit Newsstand Studios at RockefellerCenter.com. or XNYC.
Make sure you also checking in with us on YouTube. That's right. That's where you can start to see some of these dynamic videos coming right down to you as well. We're going to be tapping in, stepping up our game on that front. Brother Jones, I don't got nothing else to leave him with, my man. I think this has been another fantastic episode of Off the Strength. I'm a trainer called Tony.
KR Jones.
Peace and much love to y'all out there. Until next time, we'll see you soon.
Peace. Cut. Print. Beautiful. Does your hat say jaunty?
Jaunty.
What the fuck is
it's
that?
NASCAR season, bro. I'm selling weed, Kyle.